So in this video today, I want to share with you my snake encounter that I had this past weekend. And the reason I'm standing outside in the drizzle with this umbrella is because I wanted to shoot the video here where it happened. So this past weekend, the weather was absolutely stunning. It was hot, the sun was out, took a swim in the ocean, we came back, we were enjoying the sun lying on the deck, and I decided to go and have another shower outside to cool down. And after I had that shower, I came walking down this path alongside the house. And I was just, having a look here into the bushes. There were quite a few birds flying around and chirping. There were bumblebees. So I was just standing here with my board shorts and my towel around my neck, enjoying the nature. And I did notice that the birds were louder than usual. And that can be a sign that there's a snake in the area. So I was aware of this and I started carefully looking in the trees and in the bushes. But I couldn't see anything. And I just kept observing these birds. One of them actually dived down into the deeper grass, and two of the birds then came to sit right on this twig here behind me, and they kept on chirping, and I was kind of whistling back at them, interacting a bit, but I wasn't quite sure what was going on. When all of a sudden the snake appeared from this thick grass behind me, and it slithered up here at quite a pace. It was clearly escaping the scene, and I was watching the birds. They kept on flying down, swooping down and pecking the snake, trying to get at it, and I just couldn't believe what I was seeing. And I just froze and I was completely still and I just observed. And I mean, it was a few seconds until the snake was gone, but I could clearly see it. This was about 1.5 meters away from where I was standing here. I clearly got a visual image of the snake. Unfortunately, I couldn't take any pictures. So after doing some research, I'm convinced that it was a full-grown boomslang. And boomslang is Afrikaans for tree snake. I found some Creative Commons pictures on Flickr. I want to thank the author for sharing these pictures, and I'll leave a link to his Flickr account below in the description. But this was just such an amazing experience, and it was really meaningful to me because this was not like watching BBC Planet Earth in HD. This was like being in the scene. Like if you think that scene of racist snakes versus the iguanas, like this was me in the scene, and all of a sudden the snake came out of the grass right next to me and it went, slithering away. This was such a meaningful and amazing experience because I was standing here connecting with nature. I could read into the situation, and I did in the moment. I remember that if birds are restless and loud, then it's possible that there's a snake around, and the truth was that that's exactly what it was. I love taking photos of snakes. I'm very intrigued by them, and whenever I see snakes, I'm really interested. And I do understand also that there's a misconception around snakes. It's similar to sharks. A lot of people believe that all snakes are evil and bad and need to be killed, which is totally not the case. Snakes are obviously part of the ecosystem, they're part of nature. In South Africa, they obviously are venomous snakes, and the boomslang is one of those venomous snakes. Other examples would be the Cape cobra, the puff adder, the berg adder. So they are venomous snakes to be aware of, but sightings are generally very rare. You don't really have to worry about it, but you obviously have to be aware of them, and it's always good to be able to identify a snake so that you know what you're dealing with. And generally, they'll disappear very quickly. They won't bother you. You obviously don't want to step on a snake. You don't want to catch them unaware. I haven't seen any snakes for a very long time while in South Africa, so this was a very special experience. And just when I thought that the snake sightings were finished for the weekend, we actually went for a walk along the road and we saw another snake, but this time it was a small brown snake. I'm pretty sure it was a juvenile mole snake, but it could have actually been a juvenile cobra as well. And you do not want to touch a baby cobra because they have the same venom that an adult cobra has. So generally, do not harass snakes, do not try and pick them up. That's usually when people get bitten. So yeah, just know that snakes are part of the ecosystem. They serve their purpose. They feed on rats and on mice, and they should be respected. I just wanted to share that experience. As I said, it was a bit close for comfort, but I'm so glad that I got to experience it. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up, and I'll chat to you soon. Cheers.